Alright, there we go. We are live. Let's get this out on Twitter. See who pops in for my lunch break here. Your channel. Tweet it out. Okay, are we? Okay, timer is running. Oh, what a day. We got another one of those coming up. Hey, Paul, how's it going, man? So I'm going to have a quick look here, Paul. Real quick. Congratulations on getting your fill. I see your order. Your order would have gone through today. I didn't see what PROG was at, this morning for the $1.50, but I know you entered in. You had that standing by for market open this morning, so I'm assuming you got your order did go through and get executed this morning. So you now have your first covered call contract out there. Congratulations. Man, I'm just wondering, so PROG has earnings. I'm wondering if it's going to kick up and hit that $2 at some point. Grant, yes, it filled. Yep, that's, see, you had your order in place. You were sitting there right at, and with the price movement that's going on, I was pretty sure you were going to get the fill based on how you built it, how it was built out last night. So that's cool that you have your first contract out there. Now, the trouble if you were looking to play a wheel on this, looking at the values, so you did get you got your fill. I'm assuming you collected $17 premium, which puts you at $1.67 is the total amount you earned on, but between the cost of the shares selling on Friday, if it holds above $1.50, and the premium you collect, you're looking at $1.67. Now, unfortunately, looking out the next week, we'll jump over onto puts. So you wouldn't be able to step the level up if it's you wouldn't be able to go for the $2 because if you did, would that still? I think you would still be at a loss if you tried to play the cash secured puts at the $2 range, just because let's see, 39.40. By the time Monday rolls around, I don't think that the value you would get would equal out to what you'd be paying, what you would receive in buying, because it'd be $240. If you drop down to, you could do it at the $1.50 mark and basically collect $8 of premium. That's if it was today. If the price continues to move up, of course, this premium will, the premium will continue to drop. So if you're willing to, take that 150 and have that 150 tied up for another week, just depending upon what kind of premium you can get for cash secured puts. Because remember, anytime you're selling a position, you have to put up collateral in some form. If it's on a spread, it's the difference of the spread prices times 100. If it's a cash secured put, you have to put up enough collateral to cover buying 100 shares at that price. If you're doing covered calls, you're putting up your 100 shares. No matter what, if you're on the selling side, you have to put up a collateral. So if you're cool with that money being tied up for another week, it would get you $8 as it stands right now. It just depends, where it's at the following week. But there's nothing to say you couldn't take those gains and move it into another position. That's the beauty of the market. That it's not just one play. Note the title of the video: Hammer, wrench, screwdriver, saw. It's a toolbox. Not every problem can be solved with the same tool. It's you got a nail head. You can hammer in a nail. You can pry out a nail. But if you're needing to saw a branch off of a tree, you're not going to use a hammer for that. So you just kind of have to look and see, how you want to play the market. And that's why, for any longtime viewers and listeners, that the strategies I employ, they've been evolving the whole time. I have not just said this is my strategy, this is all I'm going to do. I'm not adding anything else to it. It started off with the carbon fiber Viper. It started off with bull put spreads and covered calls on a single stock. Well, now we've expanded that to add a second stock as a feeder battery stock. Now we're looking at, that covers the selling side of the house. Well, now, I'm starting to look at that 1348 everyone's talking about. I'm starting to understand that better. Calling all construction workers, love the title. Yeah, Josh, that's it exactly. You're trading, your trading toolbox. Get every tool you can, and know what tool you need for what job. And I am doing good. I'm doing good, Josh. I do have some information to report. This information may be disturbing to some viewers, some listeners. I don't want to break anyone's heart, but I am now under the wash rule for AMC for the next 31 days. Everyone who's been in the past almost 2 weeks now knows that there were shares that were up for movement on AMC. Everyone, I've made no secret that I was looking to move some AMC shares at some point to finance getting more AMC shares. So I'm under the wash rule now. I did not through options. I was originally going to do it through options contracts. I was going to take a covered call, let it ride out, and see where it ended up bringing me, seeing how much premium I collected, seeing what strike price I could hit. I did plan on the 17s. You remember I had the 17 set up for this Friday. But with everything, with the huge run-ups we saw earlier in the week, as I mentioned in Claybro Stream, I did do a flip and turn on those. I got out, I took about a $30 loss. $30 loss is nothing. Because in the end, those shares that I purchased, it was essentially a $1,600 purchase, and I sold, I had a limit order in. I went ahead and had a limit order in. Go away. Had a limit order in for the 90 shares, the same 90 that I picked up earlier in the week. Those same 90 shares I had set to at a limit of $20. So I collected $200 more, which I needed collateral to be able to really start playing around with this 1348. If the gains that people are reporting are accurate, and you know me, I'm going to play it safe, I'm going to play it conservatively, but if the gains that they're talking are realistic, then by the time I am off wash rule, I will be able to repurchase those shares no problem. I'm going to drop a like real quick, got to get back to saying, hey, no problem, Kalani, thanks for popping in, thanks for dropping that like off. Riptide, welcome to the live stream, man. I was just telling everyone about how naughty I was, and that for AMC I'm currently under the wash rule now for the next 31 days. In fact, let me get a calendar up here. So March 24. I want to look at the calendar. I kind of want to know what day. Granted, if it looks like we're gonna rip, if it looks like I'll be looking at huge gains. Well, wash rule will be damned at that point. At that point, the wash rule is not going to matter. So yeah, it looks like the last week of April, I'll be able. So pretty much almost all of April, I'll be unable to purchase shares, or it'll be less beneficial to purchase shares of AMC. So I've got time to build up a little bit of a bankroll, as it would be, and see how much I can make off this 1348 strategy. Saw you in Short the Vic stream this morning. Yeah, it is. Riptide, I literally, when I'm going about my workday, I usually have someone's live stream on. I'm usually listening. Well, I wanted to go ahead. The last hour of the day, I had my Bluetooth speaker. I was listening in. I put on a couple videos from Short the Vix. Put on a couple videos from Gabe, Review Dork. Put on some of their videos. Listen, and last night, the first 5-10 minutes of the live stream, I actually went through and wrong screen. I actually went through and set my Weeble up with the 1438. Not only did I do it on here, I've got Weeble on my phone also. I went through and put the same settings in, so I've got everything in place. Looking at it though, it is a little different. I was basically, you can hand draw your ascending and descending levels of support and resistance. You can hand draw those in, using the handy little lines, going on drawings. You can drop your lines, but really your 200 MA or EMA, this is acting like drawing the lines out yourself. Well, I used the 5 MA, the simple MA, not the EMA, but I used the simple MA on the 5, and would use the MACD. And I get it. Looking at the 1348, I get it, because it's fairly close to the same. Not exactly the same, but it's close enough to where as soon as I laid it out and looked at it, I'm like, okay, I see exactly what they're going for here. And that's a benefit. I've been playing options since I started June or July of last year. I started playing with options, so I get it. I understand what they're going for, because I've been looking at my graphing, my indicators long enough to where all I'm doing is, take this out of mine and plug their version of this in. So I think I'm going to adapt really, really well to it. And if it is as accurate as they're saying, man, I'm looking forward to making a killing. But the huge thing was I needed to free up some capital. I am still looking. I might wait till tomorrow morning. I want to see what's going to happen with AMC. I might throw some cheeky covered calls out there on AMC, and I'm talking, if we're holding around 2021, I might drop some covered calls in at the 25-26. I'm talking just stealing pennies from the hedgies. We can pop in and no, we're still on PROG there. Let's jump over to AMC. AMC, one day, call side of the house. So yeah, we're not looking at must add more. Let's drop 30 back in. So the covered calls I'm looking at, we're looking at, if I'm dropping in the $24 range, I'm only going to be collecting $18 a premium. But I'm looking at dropping them last day where there's not much time for movement to happen. It would almost at that point be free cash. Those literally would be last day, not buzzer beaters, but wait for that morning volatility to go through that first 15 to 30 minutes. Maybe get lucky, get some upward spike. Maybe spike 21.5, 22. Make these a little bit more valuable. If they get, if it does spike like that, I'll just bump my strike price up another $1. The shares that I'd be playing with, playing these covered calls with, would be ones I don't want to lose. So of course, this would go back to the no more than don't burn more than 25% of your position. I would be leaving most of my position in reserve, but just slip in there, try to steal a couple extra bucks, because Monday I want to hit the ground running, and I'm going to do a little bit of homework this weekend. Make sure I've got this dialed in. I say that now, but I may get notifications. I may get a notification of a 1348 cross happening on a key stock, something I really want to really see the potential for. So I might jump in. I don't want to say aggressively, but I might take a nice firm stance on it. How's Ford's looking today? Got some calls for 17, April 29 at 90 cents. Yeah, we can jump over, look at Ford. You're looking for April 29th. Well, April 29th, you've got a good while before these come into play. Of course, these are long calls. Ford did jump over 17 there for a while, so these did go in the money. But you gotta. I'm assuming, because you've been on here quite a bit talking. I'm assuming you're not planning on holding these that long, And so yeah, well, let's jump over and we can check forward on the 13 on our wonderful little 1348. We're all starting to learn. So it did narrow up there for a while. What did we get for? Where are my daily highs on here? My highs and lows aren't populating. Hang on, I gotta play with the settings. Crosshair, show overlap, dividend split earning. Because it used to have it where it would give me my prices up above. My highs and lows on the chart. And it's not doing that anymore. No, I'll sell at the money or just in the money, maybe hold at 18, which seems to be the magnet. Yeah, whatever trading plan you're going for, just know how you want to get out of it, and yeah, that's nothing. I've said it before. Nothing wrong with taking profits. If you get a score you're liking, and definitely grab those profits, and see you are probably. All right, let's go back into that real quick. 36 days out, you purchased at 90. So if you purchase call, yeah, you're up $3 a contract only right now. Not really getting a lot of movement. Yeah, because you see it's only up 5.68%. So I'm guessing did you get these fairly recently, like the past day or two? Because looking at the prices, your theta is right about $1.50, so I wouldn't see too much of a change from there. And I know we've been hovering right around 1675 to I think 1710 are the levels I've been seeing the past couple days. So I'm guessing you got these fairly recently. But yeah, Ford this morning, you got them yesterday. Yeah, that's you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. We both can look at the chart and see what each other's doing. Yeah, when you said that you got them for $90 a contract, I'm like, okay, those had to be fairly recent. Six contracts. That's not bad. I would almost look to see if you do get a pop to where you can close out 4 or 5 contracts and secure your initial investment. Then you can let those last 2 ride. You can let those kind of go. Short to Vix refers to it as free contracts. If you can get it to where you can close out, 4 of the contracts and pay, cover the entire cost of your entry, then you're up in those last 1 or 2 contracts. You can let those ride. You can let those run a little bit longer if you so choose, because you're playing with profit at the point. Yep, see, that's the idea. Yeah, we're tracking. Sell 4, keep 2. Yep, that's if you can pull that off and have 2 free contracts off that. Yeah, definitely. So let's we're gonna bounce around, check a couple of. Oh, let's jump back over, have a look at AMC right now. And the thing is, I set my just in case it goes nuts to 25. Oh yeah, if it runs up to 25. Now going back, let's go back on Ford real quick. Check the daily. 23, I think it was 23 something. Oh no, it did run up. It did hit 25 before. I couldn't remember if we had gotten that high before, but yeah, we were knocking on the door 26 back there. So yeah, if a run up like that, even on the last week of them. The thing is, because they're free, you can let them run, and that's okay. So this is we can cover up where it says the not financial advice portion. This actually I'm going to kick out as financial advice. Buying More contracts at a lesser price gives you greater flexibility. If you have $1,000 and you go out and buy a call contract at $999, you are giving up flexibility. You're violating the don't put all your eggs in one basket. So if, depending upon the size of your portfolio, maintain that flexibility. You don't have to swing for the fences on every single trade. Look for those places where you can get in, score, quick 20, 30, whatever percentage profit you feel like taking. But give yourself that flexibility. Give yourself the ability to step in, to not jump all in at once. If you have enough to get 10 contracts, you don't have to buy all 10 at once. You can buy one or two and test the money. Buy one or two more, or test the water there. Buy one or two, see how it works. Buy one or two more, and if it's still working good for you, then you'd be okay. Or if it assures you to enter the rest of your contracts, if you plan on entering 10, if you are assured at that point and you feel good about the trade personally, and the numbers add up to you, then that is the point where I would enter the remaining contracts. But financial advice, it has been said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you can only enter into one high-priced contract, that's one stock that just has to have a bad day and you're getting set back huge. So yeah, I recommend, play within the limits and keep a little bit on reserve for if you're buying. The good news about buying is you don't have to have money in reserve for a stop loss. That's the great thing about buying. The selling side, if you are on the selling side, keep that reserve to maintain your stop losses. And have a trading plan. Always have a trading plan. So yeah, Ford, AMC. What gets me about AMC is though, so I did, when I exited on those 90 shares, and that was my odd lot that I was that I had in reserve, that I was planning on, looking and implementing strategies with. I set a limit order for $20. Well, we're now at $20.24. So I did give up a little bit of cash on that, but it's okay because those shares that I purchased those at just under $18 a share, and I exited at $20 a share. Essentially, it was a $1,600 purchase, and when I exited that position, I got $1,800 back. So I made $200 off that trade. The thing is, the shares that I sold aren't those aren't the same shares. It's actually the shares that I bought, forever in a year. When I first got in, because it's FIFO, first in, first out. So the shares that I purchased last summer, those were the shares, and those shares were purchased in the 48 range. So yeah, that is why I'm concerned with the wash rule, because when you buy for 40 something and sell for 20 something, you're taking a pretty decent loss. I want to be able to take advantage of that loss, for write-off reasons. After the wash rule is no longer in effect, yeah, I'm buying those shares back. Doesn't matter what level it is. When I've got the if this works out and I get the capital, I'm buying those shares back. They're going to be mine again. I'll hunt down the people who have those shares and I will take them back. My shares will not be taken. Which I'm actually not a fan of Liam Neeson's. He's okay in some stuff, but not really a fan. So what is everyone else up to today? I know Kalani had to go. Kalani's doing work. We got Josh still hanging out in here. We got Paul still hanging out in here. Hopefully I didn't scare people off. I used the S word. I'm one of those evil people who doesn't hold every single share until the end of eternity. It's like everyone has their own trading plan. Everyone has their strategies, has their goals, and y'all know me. I don't just want to sit back and wait for the MOAS. I want to be making moves. I want to grow my position. And if I have to just one time use the S word, just one time to get me in a position to make even more money, to get even more shares, well, it's my portfolio, y'all. Now, granted, if y'all want to start sending me money and be like, hey, these are for AMC shares and buy those shares and don't sell them, yeah, I'll hold your shares until the MOAS. That's no problem. I have no objection to that. What do we got here? We got, is COS, oh no, it came back up. I was looking to see if COS was in put territory, but it is not. It might be. COS might be. Oh, they don't have options. Never mind. We meaning to ask, what is the difference between monthly and weekly contracts? Does it affect when I can sell price? So some stocks just have monthly because there's not a whole lot of interest in them. If you go to the SPY, the Qs, the IWM, if you go to any of those, you'll notice, let's get back up here, 1 day, 4 day, 6 day, 7 day. We had a vacation next week? Why is April 2nd a holiday? So if you look at your major indices, they have options ending Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It all depends, how much interest there is, how much volume is traded. It really comes down to the same thing. The price determines, what strike prices you get. For the longest time, AMC only had options at the solid dollar marks. Well, it got down low enough to where they expanded it out into 50-cent increments. So as far as the weeklies and the monthlies, you will see more contracts on the monthlies because if you zoom out, if you go further out, okay, this is a weekly, monthly, or no, sorry, weekly, you got the monthly, you got more weeklies coming up, then monthly. So the further out you go, and a lot of people when they're getting long calls, they'll grab like, okay, I want to do 3 months out. Well, 3 months out, all you're going to be able to grab is the monthlies. So you will see more contracts for that reason. And because of that, as a product of only being able to get the monthlies further out, as you get closer, people will gravitate more towards the monthlies. That's why you don't see, we look at the weekly volume. This is next week's options. I'm going to check a calendar real quick. That's going to bug me. Give me a second here. So for some reason on the SPY, sorry, let me jump back over real quick. Don't mean to be like that, but for some reason, the SPY has, instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the SPY is running 20. Wait, am I reading this wrong? For some reason, the SPY is running Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That is just odd. Yeah, no real difference. The only thing is, if people aren't, if you're looking to play 2 or 3 weeks out, all right, let's get back over. I'll get back over to AMC for this. If you're looking to play 2 and 3 weeks out, you're going to see diminished open interest, diminished volume. It may take you a little bit longer to get a fill, and that's about the only thing you're going to notice. They're all the same. They're all priced out. The price you're paying is an algorithmic equation combining all your Greeks together. That's what gives you the price. So the further out you go, it will affect the price. Further out you go because you're going to have more theta. involved in the pricing. That's why the further out you go, the more expensive the contracts are. Yeah, but essentially there really is no price as long as you can find a buyer and a seller. It doesn't matter when they agree on it, but you can pretty much close them out anytime. All right, so what were we doing? We can close that. So who we still got in the chat? Of course, I know Riptide's still in here. I'm not sure if we still got Paul and Josh. So AMC, let's go ahead and widen this out a bit. So we are still holding. God, without actually getting in at the crossover, it's just because there was a crossover. The only problem with that crossover is you're below the 200 EMA, which increases the danger of that because you don't know that you're going to hold. Granted, the share price itself was above the 200, so there are more rules I've got to learn on this thing. That's why I don't want to just jump in nilly-willy. I kind of want to. Hey, yeah, Claybro 8883. Oh God, I know this candle. I've heard people. I don't think, is that a dragonfly? God, they got so many weird names for candles out there. I know the significance of that is that they battled up, battled down, and closed out pretty much neutral. I think they call that a dragonfly. The hammer right after it, that would have been actually using my regular analysis, seeing it run up, dragonfly, pull back, hammer, and then a huge green candle. This is under my conventional stuff. This is a zone that I probably would have entered in using the old technique, using the rules of. Oh, that is a doji candle. Okay, so yeah, doji candle where you've got matching wicks above and below. I really should look. I know what they mean as far as movements. I can't remember all the names. I remember the hammer because it looks like a hammer. That's fairly easy. Yeah, it's funny because you get this doji candle. The lower wick does not touch the 200 EMA. You get the crossover on the 1348. So yeah, that might be. I might have to keep an eye out if I see dojis just above the 200 at the crossover. I think that might be a good entry. I should have a notebook and write this stuff down. Specific candle signals I'm seeing with this strategy, might be able to fine tune it and get a little bit more efficient. Oh, how are we looking at time here? I got to make sure. I don't want my work phone ringing like, hey, are you coming back to work today? So let me jump over here. Let's see. Looking to see if anything. So yeah, I did end up joining the Discord for the 1348 just to kind of see what it's all about and everything. Just the free version. If they're kicking out free alerts, and I can look at it and that is, look at that huge red candle stepping in. Wonder what's going on there. Coming back down to the 200. Here, question for you, Riptide. I'm assuming you've been in on short the VIXs longer. This Stoch. Uh, I really don't know the significance of this. You know, it kind of reminds me of the MACD crossover. Just like a wider period. Like I said, that's this weekend. I want to do more homework on this. I would like to be able to clear as much stuff that I don't need. Like, if I can pull the MACD off of here and just go out, essentially this is kind of replacing the MACD just on longer time periods. But if I can drop the MACD off here, in a perfect world, if I can run this with just the RSI, the RISI, if I can just have that up there and get rid of the Stoch, get rid of the MACD, just to keep it cleaner and not have information overload at what I'm looking at. Oh, what is that? Oh my goodness. Dude, it's a 4.28. Come on, your levels are going to be just a couple dB low. Sorry, cable guy stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to go watch that video at some point. But yeah, I've been did pretty good the past 2 weeks. I had the setback on those $17 covered calls, $17 covered calls on AMC. Oh, and we've got Bucky in the house. Let's go out. We want that. We want that. Let's wait for Bucky to finish spamming the chat. What is up, Simon? How's it going, man? Oh. Yes, I know Weeble. Refer a friend, earn however many stocks. Oh, it's a dangerous place this will take us. Yeah, we're just kind of hanging out, Simon, and waiting to see if anything interesting happens in the market. Oh, I'm feeling good that that migraine on Monday. Ugh. Not a fan of migraines. But yeah, I'm feeling good, having a good time. Hanging out with the family right now. Not sure how many family we still had hanging out in chat, but I'm hanging out with the family. Let's AMD still on an upward trend, coming down a bit on the MACD, RSI downward a bit. NVD, yeah. That's just amazing. I can remember all these tickers with how many tickers there are. Still on the up and up. MU, yeah, Micron Technology. Micron's still riding that 13. God, I want I want to learn this so bad. I understand it in principle, but God, I just want to know this. PLTR. Checking a lot of the tech stocks, just kind of. Now, when I did my screening, when I went through and did stock screening, I did only do, I think it was $20 to $50 share prices. That's not to say you can't go lower. When you're looking for stocks, when you're looking for potential positions to enter, set your screeners how you would like. Brother suffers from migraines as a kid. 90 cured it fair by feeding him raw duck egg. A little bit of Coca-Cola. Pour some Coca-Cola in the glass. Crack the duck egg in it. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, that is very interesting. Mexican remedy? Yeah, that's Well, see, the thing I know, caffeine is a natural. Caffeine is a pain reliever, so I definitely get that. The duck egg, that's rather interesting. But we learn something new every day, or at least we should all try to learn something new every day. So where do we have? We got our screener. So techies. Let's, can I edit this? Oh, modify. Cool. I can go to modify. So yeah, I set it up with specific levels, but you can go in. There we go. And like if I wanted to, I could drop this down. Say there were some stocks out. Say I wanted a wider view. Okay, well, $15. 62. Well, I wonder if some moved out of price range. Price, market cap, where are volume? We still want over 1 million volume. It might just be different because we're live right now. American Airlines had a run. Affirm. I heard people talking about Affirm earlier. Yeah, you have to drink it. It will not get rid of the pain. As is not medicine, you have to drink this daily. It eventually goes. Oh, okay. So a long term. That would make a lot of sense because just like when you're in the womb, the mother's immune system basically takes care of the child. The mother provides all the nutrients. Everything comes through the umbilical cord to the child. And the same thing with a duck egg. Everything is contained inside. So yeah, it might just be all those natural immunities that the mother duck would pass on to the duckling, are there in the egg. So yeah, I totally get that from just from a basic biology standpoint. That makes a ton of sense. So I'm not sure if it was your mom who came up with that or if it's been handed down through the generations, but damn, that's smart. So let's see I kind of just want to look through, see if anything stands out. So what I'm looking at for the most part here is, of course you can see your red and green on the stocks. You can see where they're playing at, but you kind of get an idea of where their chart is for the day. Like whoever, Playtika Holding Company, PLTK, if you notice, they had a run up and a pullback. MNDT. Let's look at MNDT. They might be having a little bit of a pullback here. That's why screeners are important. You can tailor them to kind of look for what you're looking for. MNDT. So what do we got here? They are on a run up. They are continuing upward. It'd kind of be interesting to see if the 48, because the 48 is going to start to move up to catch up with the 15 or the 13. But if the 13 turns around and starts running downward, granted, you do not have a lot of time, and the way I see it, this especially when you're playing on the 5 minute, this appears to be for day trading. Unless this really started to pull back hard, I mean, we're talking, this starts to really take a downward hook. It would be dangerous trying to get into this and hoping to get out before the end of the day. But yeah, just going off the stock screener, this one kind of stood out just because it didn't look the same. But look at that candle. It might. Let's see if we don't have much time left. I got 10 minutes left in lunch. It'll be interesting to see if this candle turns red, though. If it starts a little bit of a pullback right there. And I didn't go through and look in advance. This was just off the stock screen. I just grabbed this one because it looked interesting. 13,000 volume. What do we have there? 15,000, 16,000, 26,000. So I'm almost wondering if this might be coming in for a little bit. But I think you got to wait for. It's still far away from the 13, so it still looks like it's wanting to run. So I think, gotta do homework. Oh, there we go. It's still running. Yeah, it would have had to have come down to collect the 13, but yeah, this one's going to continue to run. So yeah, from the way I understand it, here where they crossed would have been, hey, kind of pay attention. And I'm guessing when the 13 crossed over the 200, that would have been, I'm guessing that would have been the preferred entry point. Looking at it, and like I said, I'm still learning this. Hopefully I'm learning this with all of y'all, and we're figuring this out together. As it looks right now, it looks like that wants to continue to run. What are we seeing on AMC? Okay, so yeah, it moved through the 13. It closed at the 48, closed at the 200. Now we're below the 200. So yeah, looks like there might be a little bit of a pullback in it. Well, we can see the pullback, but it looks like this might trend downward for just a bit. It all depends, do we get a full candle closing below the 200? $13.48 on the 3-minute is watch it. Cross on the 5 is a go if it is above 200. 500 is go if above the 200 bull, below 200 the puts. Okay, yeah. It's like I said, I'm still learning all the rules for it. I will add this tool to my toolbox. It's just a matter of time. So yeah, right now we are in a bullish trend, and we are in the put range. Under under the old strategy, I would have been looking at puts, depending upon where the 5 MA, the simple MA was, at this cross divergence and where the 5 was. This would have been my signal had I been playing puts. I would not have caught it on this candle, but on the charting that I used regularly, in this candle here, this is where I would have entered into puts if I was playing puts. If I was playing the downside on it like that. So yeah, it's just I've got to adapt to a new set of rules, and luckily I've done it enough, I've done enough eyeball analysis, eyeball charting, to where I can see it developing, and I still see my old charting, or I still see my old technical analysis on here. It's nice to see that it transitions or translates pretty well, but looks like we might be that 20 is going to be a battleground. If that 200 camps at the 20, it's going to be insane. Stachi is at the bottom. I don't know what that means yet, but Stachi's at the bottom. RSI, we're still fairly close to middle ground on the RSI. So, the RSI is not potentially leading one direction or the other. As you see, that last ticket flattened out a bit. MACD, it's still diverging just a little bit, not too much more than the previous 5-minute. In fact, it might almost be the same. It might be reverting back to the upside here. It might be bouncing off the 200. And MACD above, below 50 as well. Lines where, yeah, that's like I said, I'm used to my old charting. It's just I've got to get used to the new system. But guys, we are at that time. I gotta wrap it up, get back to work. So I want to thank everyone who came in today. Spent a little bit of time of my lunch with me. Paul, Josh, Kalani, Riptide. Did we have Pika in stream today? I don't think we did. Yeah, Paul, Simon, Riptide. Thanks for spending time out of the day. Thanks for hanging out with me a bit during my lunch. I will see y'all back over on Clay Bros when he goes live. I'll probably be giving a little bit of a listen. I might be listening in on Vix's channel just a little bit more. But hey, no problem, Paul. And man, your first covered call. Congratulations, man. Well, welcome to the Options Club. But everyone, have a great afternoon. I'll see y'all over on Clay Bros in a bit, and let's all make money. Moas, let's Moas tomorrow. Let's kick it off. But from me to you, I want to wish you good health, good trades, and I'll catch y'all later.